I told my student Alicia to go knock on doors in the richest neighborhood in Vancouver, and she thought I was crazy. 3 weeks later, she had signed her first co-hosting client. A few months after that, her business was earning her a full-time income. Now, most people think that you need a fancy website, a huge social media following, or expensive ads to get co-hosting clients. That's complete nonsense. In this video, I'm gonna share 7 uncommon strategies that cost almost nothing but work incredibly well, including Airbnb's brand new co-hosting marketplace that one member in our community used to land multiple clients in just his first month. Let's dive right in with the strategy that got Alicia her first 3 clients: strategic door knocking. Now, before I tell you exactly how Alicia did this, you need to understand the reasoning behind why this works so well. First off, no one does it anymore. Ads, emails, and social media are all saturated. People get bombarded with thousands every single day. You know how many people show up at their door in person each day? 0. The other big advantage is that you get the person's full, undivided attention. They're not mindlessly scrolling or multitasking with 13 different things. They're standing right in front of you, face to face, listening to what you have to say. So here's what Alicia did. She researched affluent neighborhoods in Vancouver where she knew a lot of the residents own vacation properties up in Whistler. Think about it. If someone can afford $1 million home in Vancouver and a vacation property in Whistler, they're probably busy professionals who don't have the time to manage their Whistler property themselves. Alicia prepared a simple elevator pitch and some leave behind materials. Nothing fancy, just a 1-page flyer explaining how co-hosting works and the value she could provide. She went out on a few mornings and evenings when people were most likely to be at home. Her opening line was simple. Hi, I'm Alicia. I live in the neighborhood and I help busy professionals like yourself maximize the income from their vacation properties without any of the hassle. Do you happen to own a vacation home up in Whistler? After a few canvassing sessions, Alicia had 3 clients. The key was being genuine, professional, and immediately focusing on their potential pain points. When someone said yes, they owned a place in Whistler, she'd say, I bet managing that remotely is a real challenge. Mind if I ask you how you're currently handling bookings and cleaning? Hi, I'm James Fedek, co-author of Airbnb for Dummies and one of the world's leading short-term rental educators. Over my 8 years of hosting through every market cycle, I've personally managed dozens of listings while earning a full-time income myself and traveling the world full-time. I've been featured in some of the world's biggest publications and helped thousands of hosts to level up their hosting. Through B&B Mastery, I've helped over 800 hosts to optimize their business, plus helped over 700 people launch successful co-hosting careers. I'm here to help you with your short-term rental. Now, if knocking on doors feels too intimidating, this next strategy lets you reach the same people without ever leaving your house. It's Airbnb's brand new co-hosting marketplace. Jason from our B&B Tribe community was one of the first hosts to test this new feature, and the results have been incredible. Here's what most people don't realize. Airbnb just launched a marketplace where property owners can browse and hire co-hosts directly through the platform. Here's how to access it. Go to airbnb.com/co-host marketplace, co-host marketplace. You'll need to set up a profile that showcases your experience, your local knowledge, and the services you provide. Jason's profile focuses on 3 key things: his track record with previous properties, his deep knowledge of the local market, and his full service approach to property management. The key to standing out is being specific about your results. Don't just say, I help hosts make more money. Say, I helped my last client increase their occupancy rate from 65% to 87% in just 4 months. Don't just say, I provide great guest communication. Say, I respond to all guest inquiries within 30 minutes, even on weekends. Jason landed his first client within a few weeks of setting up his profile. The timing advantage here is huge because most co-hosts don't even know this marketplace exists yet. You're getting in on the ground floor still. This marketplace is great, but here's something even more powerful that most people completely overlook: creating a targeted local Facebook group. This is about building community first and clients second. The beautiful thing about this strategy is that potential clients come to you instead of you having to chase them down. Here's how it works. You create a Facebook group specifically for short-term rental owners in your area, something like Whistler Airbnb Owners Community or Denver Short-Term Rental Host Network. The key is being hyper local and focused. Your content strategy should provide massive value up front. Share local market updates, platform news that affects hosts, tips for dealing with common guest issues, recommendations for local service providers. Position yourself as the go-to expert in your area. But here's the mistake most people make that kills their credibility. They immediately start pitching their services. Don't do that. Spend at least 60 days just providing value and building real relationships. Answer questions, share insights, celebrate other people's wins. When you do start to transition group members to clients, it happens naturally. Someone posts about being overwhelmed with their properties, and you send them a private message saying, "Hey, I saw your post about feeling overwhelmed. I actually help hosts in your exact situation. Would you open to a quick chat about how I might be able to help you?" This approach takes patience, but the clients you get this way are higher quality because they already know, like, and trust you. Now, if you want to go completely old school but incredibly effective, let's talk about direct mail. Physical flyers and postcards still work incredibly well because almost nobody's doing them anymore. While everyone else is fighting for attention in crowded digital spaces, you're showing up in someone's mailbox where you have much less competition. Here's how to target effectively. Look for neighborhoods with a lot of short-term rental activity. You can use tools like Airbnb to identify these ideal areas. Then get mailing lists for those specific zip codes or neighborhoods. Your flyer should be simple and benefit focused. A headline like "Tired of managing your Airbnb?" followed by 3 bullet points about the pain you solve and the results you deliver. Then include a clear call to action like text "help" to 555-1234 or whatever for a free consultation. Expect a response rate of about 1 to 3%. So if you mail out to 1,000 people, you might get 10 to 30 responses. That might not sound like much, but remember, you only need one good client to make this incredibly profitable. These first 4 strategies are just scratching the surface. Inside B&B Mastery, we have Andrea, who went from 0 clients to landing her first luxury listing in just 10 days using a combination of these approaches plus our complete client conversion scripts and agreement templates. We've got a link in the description down below where you can check out my completely free training from A to Z on how to build a 6-figure co-hosting business. If you want to check it out, the link is at the top of the description. But let me show you something even more advanced that requires almost no money but does require some detective work. Using your local short-term rental licensing database for cold outreach. Most cities require short-term rental operators to get permits or licenses, and that information is usually public record. This gives you a gold mine of qualified prospects. Start by calling your city's planning department or business licensing office. Ask them how to access the list of licensed short-term rental operators in the area. Some cities publish this online, others require a formal records request. Once you have the list, you've got names, addresses, and sometimes even contact information for every legitimate short-term rental operator in your area. These are people who already are in the business and potentially struggling with the workload. Your approach here should be consultative, not salesy. An email template that works really well goes something like this. "Hi, name. I noticed you have a short-term rental license for the property on Beautiful Street. I help local short-term rental owners streamline their operations and increase their profits. Would you be interested in a quick 15-minute call to discuss how I might be able to help you get more out of your investment?" The key is positioning yourself as someone who can solve problems, not just someone looking to make money. Follow up consistently, but respectfully. Some people won't respond to the first email, but will respond to the 3rd or 4th. This licensing approach is gold, but here's an even bigger database most people don't even know exists. Your state's property ownership database. Every state maintains public records of who owns what property, and you can often access this information online for free or for a very small fee. This is different from the licensing database because it also includes people who own multiple properties but might not be actively using them as short-term rentals yet. You're looking for people who own 2, 3, or 4 or more properties, especially if some of those properties are in vacation destinations. The personalization opportunities here are incredible. Instead of sending a generic email, you can say, "I noticed you own properties on Beautiful Street and also Ugly Street. Have you ever considered using those as short-term rentals?" You can cross-reference this data with the licensing database to identify property owners who aren't currently running short-term rentals, but could be. Maybe they tried it before and got overwhelmed. Maybe they never even considered it as a viable option. The key to success with this approach is doing your homework. Don't just blast out generic emails to everyone on the list. Take the time to research each prospect and personalize your outreach based on their specific situation. All of these online strategies are really powerful, but sometimes the old-fashioned face-to-face approach still wins. And that's where local short-term rental host meetups can come in really clutch. These might already exist in your area, or you might need to start one yourself. Either way, this is about building relationships and establishing yourself as the local expert. If meetups already exist, start attending them consistently. Don't show up once and expect results. Become a regular. Bring value to every meeting by sharing insights, answering questions, or bring up relevant resources. If you need to start your own meetup, keep it simple. Reserve a corner of a local coffee shop or a restaurant for the first Tuesday of every month. Promote it in local Facebook groups and on meetup.com. Start with just 5 or 6 people and grow from there. The networking approach that works best is what I call value-first networking. Instead of immediately pitching your services, focus on being helpful, being valuable. Answer questions, make introductions, share resources. Position yourself as someone who genuinely cares about the success of other hosts in the area. When someone mentions being overwhelmed or struggling with their properties, that's when you can naturally transition to talking about how you might be able to help those people in that exact situation. It should feel really natural and conversational, not salesy. The relationships you build this way tend to be stronger and more long-lasting than the clients you get through cold outreach. Plus, these people become referral resources for you down the road. These 7 strategies will absolutely get you clients, but here's what I've learned after helping hundreds of co-hosts build their businesses. Having the strategies is just the beginning. You also need the client agreements that protect you legally, the pricing frameworks that help you charge what you're actually worth, the operational systems that let you deliver amazing results, and the ongoing support when challenges come up. That's exactly why I create a comprehensive training that's 100% free. The training walks you through everything you need to know to build a profitable co-hosting business from scratch. I'm talking about the exact client acquisition system that got Andrea her first luxury listing, the pricing strategies that help you charge premium rates without losing clients, and the operational frameworks that let you manage multiple properties without getting burnt out. You'll learn how to position yourself as the obvious choice in your market. You'll also learn how to structure deals that protect you legally while maximizing your income, and how to build systems that actually scale. Plus, I shared the biggest mistakes I see new co-hosts make that cost them thousands of dollars and how to avoid those mistakes completely. The best part, this isn't some generic training about property management. This is specifically designed for people who want to build co-hosting businesses. Everything is tailored to your unique challenges and opportunities. I normally charge for this level of training, but I'm making it completely free because I know that when you see the results you can get from implementing these systems, you're going to want to dive deeper with our advanced programs. To register for the free training, just click the first link at the very top of the description down below. The next session is coming up soon, so click the link and reserve your spot. So, which strategy are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love hearing about your progress. If you enjoyed or got value from this video, do me a huge favor and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every single week to help you level up your hosting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.